Dealers are closing, models are vanishing, and breakdowns are becoming normal. That's not a coincidence, it's a collapse. The average repair now tops $1,200. Recalls hit 24 million vehicles, and some brands lost over 40% of their buyers in just 5 years. This is a list of 13 car brands that are collapsing. Watch this before you buy. Number 13, Fiat. It might look cute on the outside, but these days, it's barely moving the needle in the auto market. Globally, Fiat still sold roughly 1.2 million vehicles last year, but that was an 11% drop from the year before. And most of that volume comes from markets like Brazil and Turkey, not the places that matter for long-term brand strength. In the United States, Fiat has all but vanished. Back in 2014, the brand sold over 46,000 cars. After years of falling demand, it collapsed to under 1,600 vehicles last year. That's about 3 cars sold per day, nationwide. On top of slumping sales, reliability has been a recurring problem. Historically, some Fiat models landed at the bottom of reliability surveys due to issues with electronics and engines. Today, many industry scoring systems don't even list Fiat anymore because the brand doesn't have enough data to qualify. That's a huge red flag. Fiat isn't dying with a bang, it's just being squeezed out. At number 12, Alfa Romeo. Last year, it sold about 120,000 vehicles worldwide, down about 20%. Many dealers now refuse to stock the brand. Alfa's lineup is tiny, with only a handful of SUVs and a sports car, which hurts sales because buyers want more choices. But reliability is the real issue. Consumer Reports gives Alfa Romeo an overall score of 55, which is extremely low. For perspective, the best brands score in the 80s, while most mainstream brands hover in the 70s. This means owners face frequent problems with engines, electronics, and other components. Resale values drop fast and repairs cost more. The dealer network is shrinking too. In the last 5 years, the number of Alfa dealerships in the US dropped by over 40%. And coming up next is a brand that once stood for fun but now faces big problems. Number 11, Mini. Just like the name suggests, Mini is small, but its problems are anything but. Global sales last year were just 92,000 units, down around 10%. Part of the issue is cost. MINs are expensive for what they are, with prices easily climbing past $35,000. For that money, you could get a top-trim Honda, Mazda, or Toyota, all of which are bigger and more reliable. Consumer Reports highlights common problems like engine failures and transmission issues, and repairs are costly. The lineup is shrinking, and fans of the classic tiny cars are being left behind. Meanwhile, another brand carries a luxury name. But beneath the showroom glitz, buyers are discovering serious problems that are getting harder to ignore. On to number 10, Lincoln. The oldies will always love it. Back in the 2000s, the Lincoln Navigator and Town Car ruled the streets. People loved them. They were big, comfortable, and full of luxury. Today, Lincoln is facing challenges that could threaten its future. Sales have been steady, but growth is slow. Most of the lineup is now SUVs, with sedans like the Continental and MKZ gone. Reliability is also a concern. Recent recalls have hit multiple models. About 24,000 Aviators were recalled for loose seatbelt anchors, and nearly 50,000 Aviator and Corsair SUVs were recalled over rear-view camera software issues. All this points to ongoing electrical and safety system problems that frustrate owners. Brand identity is another issue. Lincoln shares platforms with Ford, which makes it hard to feel truly luxurious when compared to Mercedes or BMW. It's also behind on electrification, only offering plug-in hybrids while competitors already have fully electric models. Number 9, Buick, another sweetheart of the old days. Buick used to be a name everyone respected. But today, it faces serious challenges. US sales are low, holding about 1% of the market, and most buyers are older. The lineup is small and confusing, with only a few SUVs remaining. This makes it hard to compete with brands like Acura and Lexus. Buick's brand identity is unclear, sitting awkwardly between Chevrolet and Cadillac. Buyers don't know if it's luxury or mainstream. The brand also relies heavily on China, where nearly 60% of its global sales come from. If that market slows, Buick will feel the impact fast. The transition to electric is another hurdle. GM plans to make Buick fully electric by 2030, but many US dealers are refusing the investment needed for EV sales and service. Coming in at number 8, Volvo, the world's safest car brand, Or is it? Volvo built its reputation on safety, but today it faces big problems. One major issue is electrification. Volvo promised to go all electric by 2030, but has pushed that goal back as EV demand slows. Competition is fierce, with Chinese brands selling cheaper EVs with longer range. Trade policies are another challenge. New tariffs on parts made in China have cut into profits, forcing Volvo to raise prices. The company has also announced thousands of job cuts to reduce expenses after a big operating loss. There are internal issues as well. A key battery partner went bankrupt, and some newer models have had software glitches and quality complaints. Number 7. Maserati. This is the name of Italian style and power. For decades, it meant luxury and speed. But recently, sales have collapsed. In 2024, Maserati sold just half of what it sold in 2023, leading to huge operating losses. The lineup is stale and limited. Popular models are aging, and major new cars won't be released until 2027 or 2028. Depreciation is extreme, with some Maseratis losing over 70% of their value in just 3 years. Reliability and high costs add to the problem. Maintenance is expensive, parts are rare, and electrical issues are common. Maserati also struggles with its identity, not quite exclusive enough to rival supercars but too luxurious to be mainstream. Finally, at number 6, we have Genesis. It's young, but it's trying to play in the luxury league. Launched in 2015 and backed by Hyundai, SUVs like the GV80 and GV70 are growing in popularity. But Genesis faces real challenges. Many buyers still see it as just a fancier Hyundai, lacking the heritage of BMW or Mercedes. Depreciation is another problem. Genesis vehicles, especially sedans and EVs, lose value fast. Reliability has also taken hits. Genesis has recalled over 90,000 cars for engine fire risks and tens of thousands more for seatbelt and brake module faults. Each recall chips away at consumer trust. While Genesis is building standalone dealerships, the brand's market strategy keeps shifting, and it's still finding its place in the luxury world. On to number 5, Jaguar. The brand is trying to go all electric and ultra-luxury, but the plan is backfiring. They stopped making almost all their popular models, like the F-Type and I-Pace, leaving dealerships with empty showrooms. Sales in Europe crashed by nearly 98%. Their traditional customers who loved classic design were left confused by a strange new marketing campaign that didn't even show any cars. Now, Jaguar wants to compete with Bentley and Porsche, with new EVs starting over $120,000. That's a massive price jump for a brand that already has a reputation for financial and reliability issues. Next, a once mighty Japanese brand is fading fast. At number 4, Mitsubishi. Remember when they were up there with Toyota and Honda? Not anymore. Decades of scandals, from covering up defects to faking fuel economy data, destroyed consumer trust. The company is also short on cash, which means less money for new models and EV technology. Their current lineup is weak, with popular cars like the Lancer Evolution long gone. They're struggling to compete, and sales show it. Mitsubishi has less than 1% of the US market and has already pulled out of China completely. At number 3, we have Infiniti, Nissan's luxury division. Once a strong contender, Infiniti's lineup is now old and tired. Many of their cars haven't seen a major update in over a decade, making them look dated next to Lexus or BMW. The brand also lacks a clear identity. What does Infiniti stand for? Nobody really knows. To make matters worse, problems at its parent company, Nissan, have starved Infiniti of the investment it needs to innovate. With fierce competition from brands like Genesis and Tesla, Infiniti's sales have plummeted. Coming in at number 2 is a classic American name, Chrysler. Back in 2005, Chrysler sold nearly 600,000 cars. Today that number is down about 80%. Why? Well, they only sell one model, the Pacifica minivan. The popular 300 sedan is gone. And even minivan sales are dropping. On top of that, Chrysler has been hit with major recalls, hurting buyer confidence. The brand just feels irrelevant to younger buyers who want SUVs and EVs. Executives promise new models are coming, but for now, Chrysler is hanging on by a thread. And finally, the number 1 car brand to avoid is Nissan. For years, Nissan has been at the center of reliability nightmares. Sales are in a freefall. Their once popular SUVs are dropping fast, but the real issue is quality. Their CVT transmissions are notorious for failing, and even newer engines have problems. Consumer Reports consistently gives them low scores. The lineup is shrinking, their EV efforts are slow, and the brand just doesn't feel exciting or trustworthy anymore. If you're looking for dependability and peace of mind, Nissan is a brand you should probably steer clear of in 2026. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights.